Welcome to Nerds Amalgamated, a podcast that covers the latest events in science, pop culture, and gaming.
I'm the professor, aspiring game developer, sci-fi aficionado, and completely and undeniably a geek trying to take over the world. I'll be breaking down the news from tech to gaming.
I am the DJ, a humble nerd, a big weeb,
and a watcher from the halls of the multiverse.
Just kidding. Anyways, I'll be breaking down all things comics to movies to anime.
Join us and stay hydrated as we quench you with witty banter, unintentionally hilarious hot takes, and trivia more fun than a night at the pub, courtesy of Nerds Amalgamated. Welcome back to Nerds Amalgamated. This week we're talking about the next step in Stop Killing Games, the problem with vegetables, and online comics versus physical comics.
Woohoo!
You sound so enthusiastic, DJ.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to pronounce this terribly, but Stichting Massenscheid and Consument is a Dutch consumer rights organization who have been preparing a lawsuit against PlayStation since 2024, and it's part of their Fair PlayStation campaign. And Stop Killing Games and the website Does It Play, which is a website based around whether the game is included on the disc or if you need to download stuff to play, have thrown their support behind SMNC's lawsuit, with the lawsuit being about Sony's monopoly on digital game sales on the PlayStation. So the key reason for the lawsuit is that on Sony platforms you can only buy the games from Sony. On PC, at least with digital, you can buy from multiple different stores. And there's not usually much of a difference, but different stores can have sales, there's deals, bundles, whatever.
Yeah.
So you have options. And that's why it's different to have just the game on Sony platforms or buying it on PC. So SMNC argue that there's an average 47% markup on Sony products because Sony has a monopoly on selling online games.
So in other words, we're fucked.
You must be new to this.
Yeah. Huh? But that's wild. Up to 47%. What the hell? What?
Yes, and now Sony's ending disc production in the next couple of years. So you'll only be able to buy from Sony and won't be able to get the game on disc, which also defeats the point of Does It Play's work, which is to check whether games launch without needing a download. The point of which was to find out which games would work when Sony discontinued the service for the PlayStation.
Wasn't that this new case recently where some guy sued Sony or asked for a refund for his game, and Sony actually gave it to him? And you guys know about this?
Wait, are you talking about the Lord? Are you talking about I think you're talking about the Lord of the Rings with Google.
No. I'm talking about the guy who argued that because they took a certain they took a part of the game out, and they essentially made that part of the game. They took that part of the game out, and he asked for a complete refund, and they gave it to him.
Huh.
It's not ringing any bells for me.
I'll search it up.
Okay. So, are there any key quotes from the article about this whole lawsuit that found you intrigued, Professor?
Well, I didn't realize. I knew there was a markup on games sold on consoles, because often the consoles are sold at a loss to get you into the system, although that's less and less true these days. And I didn't realize there was such a markup on buying a game for a console.
Yeah, I mean, by the time Sony does halt the sale of physical discs, markups are going to be even worse in terms of rarity and all that. I mean, even when I try and go to like PS2 shops on the website for physical discs, there'll be some games I want, and what turns out to be like a $50 disc, it's now marked up to like $100 or $200 because of the rarity of that game.
Well, that's unrelated. That's because it's become a collector's item. The problem is that Sony are marking up the games beyond what they would cost on other platforms.
Okay.
So
So like Halo, if like the Halo on PlayStation will be marked up compared to like Halo on a PC or something like that, huh?
yeah, it very well could be.
Shit.
That's the point of this lawsuit.
Do you reckon this lawsuit actually has teeth, or is it just a calm before something bigger happens?
I think it's probably not going to make a big difference, but it's something that they've got to try.
What are their odds in, from your perspective, like what are their odds in winning this case? If it
Very
could
low.
very low?
Yeah, because winning the case would basically mean Sony would have to open up their platform to other stores, and I don't think that's likely to ever happen.
Yeah, can you imagine a court asking Sony to just go, "Hey, Sony, open this store up, open this store," and Sony just go, "No, fuck you."
Yeah, on the other hand, it's being done in the EU, which is probably the best place for it to be happening for chances of winning.
Honestly, whenever hear stories like this, it feels like it feels like the publishers are finding new ways to screw the consumer at this rate.
Are you new to this?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like every time we see this, it's like when does the publisher stop and wonder? Like, hey, we are screwing our consumers, and our consumers are killing this. And the lack of consumers are not are killing this industries. Can we smart up and smell the coffee?
They'll only do that when they stop making billions of dollars.
Uh-huh.
It's one of those tough ones, right? Like you go to the board meeting and they're like, people are buying less games. First thing they'll do is, how do I cut more costs? How do I cut more corners for more profit?
Yeah. And let's say if Sony does lose this case, do you reckon the price markup will be reduced or not?
If Sony loses the case, they won't make any changes. Why would they?
I mean, I was expecting Sony to be like a law-abiding citizen, you know, like if you got this speeding fine, you have to pay this speeding fine kind of thing.
Yeah, and if they win the case, they're not going to get fined at all.
Yeah.
They could go the Apple route. They just take the L and just keep doing what they're doing. It's just part of their costs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's literally how they legalized, what's the word? Um, uh, Guaranteed obsolescence.
Although, what's also interesting about this entire thing is the fact that ever since the 40% markup has been revealed, there hasn't been any like outrage or anything like that.
I think people just don't know about it, and they've been putting up with it for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah. You reckon people will boycott, are going to boycott over this? Or is people going to cave in and buy
No,
the day one edition?
people are going to cave in.
Oh, man. Oh, shit.
People got too much going on in their lives for them to do anything about it, man. Most of these guys are just like 30-year-olds who finish work and play Fortnite. There's not enough power behind it.
Yeah, 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 and I think it's gonna. I think and this might be this might be a wild take here, but once Sony kills off the discs, people are still are gonna cave over and still continue playing.
Yep.
I mean, look at the I mean, look at the well, was it CEO or COO of Sony that recently came out and said like, yeah, we don't really care about the erasure of discs, but we'll quietly watch the progress.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a CFO. Yeah, there we go. So where does this go for Stop Killing Games in general?
It well, Stop Killing Games has lost its last couple of lawsuits. So this is more about having open platforms than what Stop Killing Games was ostensibly founded to push for. But the advantage of having open platforms is that Sony can't decide that your PlayStation is obsolete and you don't get any more games for it.
Mm.
So will this affect Stop Killing Games' reputation or
No, I don't think so. I
not?
think this is something that makes total sense for Stop Killing Games to push for.
Fair enough. Fair enough. speaking of Stop Killing Games though, did you see the newest news about the Stop Killing Games?
No.
Which
Uh,
is
it was apparently one legal expert came out saying that having laws protecting gamers is complicated, and that there's a mismatch between what people might be calling for and what is possible when it comes to how existing legislation works, which I find it very fascinating.
I find it completely nebulous and meaningless.
In what way? In what way?
Well, he's not really saying anything. Needs to give some examples. Explain how.
Yeah, hang on a second. I'm looking r r slash game gaming foodle about this. They said, "Are consumer rights being violated?" Well, they already existed to be violated. She says existing consumer protection and intellectual property laws create significant complications. Modern games contain numerous layers of intellectual property, including code, artwork, music, and voice performances. Handing a discontinued game over to players could therefore create complicated copyright and licensing issues. She believed the campaign has nevertheless helped make consumers more aware of their rights when purchasing digital products.
Okay.
yay. That's such a big dub for the little guy, right? Woo!
Yeah, we're
Won.
aware.
We won. But guys, think about the IP.
Think about the IP. Oh,
Won't
man.
somebody think of the shareholders?
and and the children
Oh
and the
God.
children's children.
On the upside, awareness
Uh-huh.
is the first step.
Yep.
That awareness can snowball into actual change.
Uh-huh.
Remember, guys, it's only copyright infringement if you use their IP.
Oh man.
You know, speaking of IP, I kind of wonder what these guys are so like uppity with their IP in general. What are they doing with these large language models that are, taking all that shit and not producing anything, or like they're not receiving any profit from it. So I remember when ChatGPT first released that Studio Ghibli art form, like I'm fairly sure like Miyazaki was up in arms. He was
Yeah.
Yeah,
screaming.
he was he was pissed.
they've
Like,
been sued a few times.
Yeah, so I'm just like,
And
okay,
when
that's
they've
like,
lost, they've paid a pittance.
mm, like, yeah. So I'm like, okay, this is like Nintendo and like Japan, they have crazy IP laws. They get pissed, but what about like, in America and stuff? It's interesting to see why they're not taking it as seriously unless they have some form of interest in that.
my hope is that the gaming industry does survive and in the long run, but I don't know. I don't know whether it can survive in the long run with all this mess going around.
Why would it not survive?
I mean, with the job losses going on, and with the job losses and the AI and this sort of thing, and stop killing games as well, and how law experts are coming out saying like, oh, this might not work, and this will blah blah blah. I don't know. It feels like it feels like there's too many things that are gonna kill the industry.
I don't think it'll die. I think it'll just change forms.
Hmm.
Yeah, bro, people still want a game, dude. Like, they'll moan about the fact that price has gone up, but what are you gonna do? Not get GTA 6?
And the industry survived ET on the Atari.
Mm.
Sure, it crashed for a while, but it survived. And I can't see why anything short of society going back to the Stone Age would stop people playing video games.
Yeah.
I remember back when I was younger, the biggest and most controversial topic about video games is violence in video games going to cause our teenagers to become violent? That was like
Alright,
the
Jack
biggest thing.
Thompson.
Yeah.
Jack Thompson.
Who is that? I don't know who that is.
Oh, you're too young for that.
Oh, yeah, I'm not even that much younger, dude.
Noob.
It was not just Jack Thompson that was spearheading it. Remember Hillary Clinton and her mission?
Jesus. Remember, guys, when you play Counter-Strike Go, the skills are transferable.
Oh, it wasn't even Counter-Strike. It was like Doom.
GTA.
Yeah, Doom and GTA.
Yeah.
Oh, he would. I remember Jack Thompson in one interview was like he was given a murder simulator.
Lamau.
Oh man, boy, those were the fun. Those were interesting times.
Anyway, to fill in anyone who is younger than too young to know Jack Thompson, he was the figurehead of the anti-violent video games movement in the US. And he kept filing lawsuits and stuff. I think he was disbarred in the end.
Yeah, he was.
Lol.
But he kept trying to get video games completely banned because he didn't like violence in video games.
Yeah, but
Cartoons.
I think over the years he kind of mellowed out over the years. So now he's like, oh, I'm okay with this.
I think he just gave up because he was facing too many consequences. Anyway, let's move on to our next topic about why we're not eating enough vegetables and why we can't. It turns out that not only are we not eating enough vegetables, we're not growing enough different types of vegetables to help fix that.
What do you mean?
Well,
Did people stop growing certain vegetables?
yeah, as we've domesticated and consolidated farming, we've ended up with a couple of different cultivars that are more popular than the others. And part of that is because they handle being shipped and stored better. Part of it is because they look better on the shelf. And there's a handful of other reasons that aren't coming to mind right now. But it used to be when you had a veggie patch before farming became industrialized, there's you'd grow different varieties depending on where you lived and end up you'd have a lot more variety. At least they're arguing that you would have more variety in your diet from having
Mhm.
different types of vegetables.
That makes
So one
sense.
example the article gives is that there's 4,000 types of potatoes, but most people only know 5 to 8 of
Yeah.
I only know two, washed and unwashed.
them.
I used to remember there was what three types. There's the brushed potato, red potatoes, and white potatoes.
So the reason this is an issue is that the type of vegetables that we choose to grow are not necessarily the best suited to the regions where we're growing them. They don't carry as many nutrients as other varieties do,
Mm-hmm.
and they might also not be as resistant to climate change,
Oof.
which is a big issue because if climate change wipes out the crops that we can grow, what do we eat? We need to have an alternative ready to go.
I mean, there's always lab grown veggies.
What does that mean? What is a lab-grown veggie? You still need to have a farm, dude. What are you talking about?
A hydroponic plant, okay?
Oh,
Hydroponic.
hydroponic plant. Of what would you call a hydroponic plant that grows vegetables?
Lab
Call it a
grown.
farm, dude.
Irregardless, like you don't need a soil and stuff like that. You could just grow it in the lab.
That doesn't scale as well. Like, we're not going to feed 8 billion people off hydroponics alone.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the problem is we're driving the other varieties to extinction by taking up all the land for growing the varieties we want to eat. But we might still need those varieties for the future.
Yeah, I get the biodiversity
Somewhat
is
important.
yeah, it's somewhat important, yeah. But then there'll have to come a point where you just go like, all right, I need carrots. Like, which carrot should I get? The Dutch carrots or the normal carrots or the the tiny carrots or which one?
You don't see purple carrots in the stores anymore, do you?
Oh, I think
No,
it's
it's been years since I've seen them.
Right?
yeah. I think it's a seasonal thing, from what I
Interesting.
gathered.
Blew my mind when I was a kid when I learned that carrots are naturally like purple. It's my
Yeah,
most zoomer moment.
the Dutch are interesting like that. They also eat their prime ministers.
What?
Wait, what?
Many, many years ago, I've
Mm-hmm.
forgotten exactly when, the Dutch Prime Minister was extremely unpopular. I think he was involved in a corruption scandal. This was like hundreds of years ago. So the royal, like, the fans of the royal family ended up chasing him out of town, killing him, and possibly eating him.
Lovely. You should bring back traditions of old. That's all I'm saying. Man. Like, you screw us enough, we'll eat you.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stop at the cannibal side of things and just yeah, yeah. That's where I draw the line when it comes to politicians. Like, I'm just gonna draw that line right here.
I mean,
Oh.
politicians aren't people, so it's not really cannibalism.
I agree
We're
with
gonna
soulmate there.
we are gonna be in in some country's watch list with this episode.
If you're
Wow.
not, you haven't lived a life worth living.
No. You're not pissing off the right people.
But that said though, how would how would you count as a wild relative of a vegetable? Would you say is it edible or is it just genetically related junk you can't eat?
It's
What's
edible.
the question again?
What would you actually count as a wild relative of a vegetable?
Oh, if it tastes way worse. You guys ever had like wild bananas?
You mean
No,
like
I
the
haven't.
It's rock hard and it's bitter.
oh yeah.
But you find it a lot in like African cuisine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's closer to like a potato than any. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was wondering with biodiversity stuff, and how I know from my recollection, we have a seed bank or something in Sweden, is it?
In the
The
Antarctic.
Svalbard Global Seed Vault.
Yeah, like I'm just wondering, imagine sometime in the future it's burned down tomorrow. How screwed are we?
That was a very interesting case. I believe it was in Russia when they got trapped in a food bank because the scientists were there with all the seeds and whatnot. They had the choice of either eating the seeds and surviving or keeping the seeds, and they chose to keep it, so they all starved to death.
Yeah, I know that story too. I think it was
Right?
Russia.
Oh damn!
But yeah, they decided the scientific and ecological value of preserving the seed bank was better than the value of preserving their own lives.
Yeah, damn. Everything for the motherland.
Oh, man. So what's the possible solution to this conundrum, you would say, guys?
Of not having enough seed diversity, sorry, plant diversity.
Yeah, yeah. Are we gonna set up like a national drive? Just go like, all right, guys, we're gonna introduce backyard gardening. Bring back backyard gardening.
Bring back
Bring
community
back.
gardens, man.
Oh, I think that if I recall correctly, there's like a community garden somewhere in Middle Park or somewhere in Middle Park.
You gotta go to
There's
like
a
those hippie areas like Newmarket, New Farm to find those, man.
There was one in Indrapilli.
Really?
Yeah, well, I think it was St. Lucia.
That makes a lot more sense.
There was one
yeah.
out at 17 Mile Rocks.
I think that's
Oh
the one
yeah.
I'm talking about. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so there's community gardens, there's your own garden, there's seed vaults. Basically, someone needs to preserve the biodiversity, and nobody's
Hmm.
stepping up, so it's up to all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if only I
So
had
you
a
reckon?
backyard to grow plants in.
I mean, I mean, you could use like a balcony or something like that, or maybe
I could, but I'm obviously limited compared to someone who has a backyard.
yeah, that's
I've
true.
got a balcony and I've recently planted a couple of plants, nothing too special, like a frangipani plant outside. But I'm living next to a neighbor who has like a lot of like fruits and stuff in her balcony, and it would attract a lot of birds. So I started like feeding them, which is what I thought was the case. I thought like, oh yeah, she's got fruits in her in her balcony, so clearly the birds will come. Turns out I was wrong. Turns out there's this guy where I live in Burwood who wakes up at 2 a.m. and like drops like a kilo of birdseed around the area
I
just for
saw
fun
that.
for
I
2 years.
I
It's like
saw
down my street.
it was on current affairs and all those shows, and the lady was going. It was like it was like talking to this guy. The guy was ignored. I was like, dude, this guy must be an absolute loon or a badass to do this.
So base, bro. It's like $50 of birdseed every day. Pure spite.
Oh. And I'm like, is it? If I recall correctly, there was some backstory about they want to redevelop the area or something like that. The guys just in protest spreading birdseed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
In America, you shoot a couple of rounds in your neighborhood to keep the rent price low. Here, you use birdseed.
hey, that should be an idea. If you have an annoying landlord, the best advice: just get a ton of birdseed and just.
So based.
But back to this though, like, so you reckon backyard gardeners are the key to saving these key to saving these seeds in terms of doing more for biodiversity than any government policy at this point?
Hell no, dude. Hell no. You are doing as much for the planet as you do when you recycle that like plastic bin, sorry, plastic bottle. Like you will never get to the level of waste that, on an industrial level.
Yeah.
Like it has to be from a government.
Yeah, yeah. What also really sucks about, like, in terms of us knowing that there used to be like few thousand varieties of that one vegetable to just a handful is the fact that it's the corporations that also decide what to sell.
Corporation. That's a weird way of pronouncing Monsanto.
Oh, not just those guys,
Yeah.
grocery corporations as well.
Yeah.
Like Walmart and stuff. Like it's fascinating how those guys are just politely saying you should we decide what you should eat.
Mm. Mm. What's your favorite vegetables, EJ?
uh okay. The tomato, the potato,
Bro,
uh
shut up, dude. Those are not
on,
vegetables. What do you...
onions. Okay, okay, so tomato is if I could, yeah, tomato is considered the fruit if I recall
Not
correctly.
that. I'm talking about like healthy vegetables, fiber.
Yeah. Well,
That does not help you go to the bathroom better, my guy.
Tomato. What was it? I keep forgetting that. So what was it? Tomato, potato, onions.
Garlic,
Yeah,
vegetable
garlic.
oil. What else, my
Nah,
guy?
nah. I was cucumbers. That's four now. How many?
Nice,
How many? You
nice.
said five. Um, I'm also gonna throw in a wild one. I think ladyfingers.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okras
Yeah.
are pretty good.
Yeah, okras are good. I used to love making a. I used to love okra curry. They were
Mm-hmm.
good. They were awesome to eat back in the day. Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked. I need to find the recipe for that now. What about you, other guy? What are yours?
Other guy? My favorite vegetables. Say long beans. I've been getting into eggplants recently.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like a little teriyaki eggplant.
Are
Yeah,
we
I've
doing?
got like
Are you doing? Are you talking about the big eggplants or the Lebanese eggplants?
I like the big eggplants, but eggplants.
Uh huh. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to think they were icky, and then I went to a Chinese restaurant and I was like blown away by that.
Yeah.
Was it double fried eggplant? And they can make anything taste good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Y'all ever had
You so you had eggplant. Uh,
eggplants, long beans?
yep.
I want to throw in broccolini. That's a goated. My staples are also carrot and like I don't know, like one of those sweet potatoes or pumpkins. But
Nice,
like
nice.
those are like tasty vegetables. I remember growing up, vegetables were vegetables, and kids didn't like to eat it because they were healthy and they tasted like ass. Like these days, like they just make it like, oh yeah, I'm gonna confit my carrots in like olive oil, and you're just like, that's not vegetable anymore, my guy. If it tastes too good, you gotta start asking questions. Should I put half a bag of mozzarella on my broccolini? I don't know.
cheese gravy on cheese gravy on my broccoli.
Yeah, I feel like it just negates all the positive benefits.
Okay, how about you, Professor?
Eggplant, capsicum,
Loaded option so far.
Yep, yep.
carrots. I'm sure there's others, but they're not coming to mind.
Damn, dude.
I do remember
But I
here.
do
I do.
a vegetable stack with eggplant and capsicum and feta and
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
balsamic reduction, and it's delicious.
Sounds like a ratatouille.
Kind of similar, I guess.
Balsamic reduction. That's fancy ass.
I also remember a professor used to cook a mean French onion soup.
Ooh, good lord. I respect a man who has that level of patience.
Yeah, I've done
An
that a
hour
few
and a half
times.
on the stove.
I cheated. I use a slow cooker.
Hey,
Still came
Ah, the
out pretty
bastard.
good, but I imagine if I did it properly on the stove, it would be even better.
So wait, does the onions get brown in the slow cooker?
Yes, but not as brown as I think I probably could get them.
I enjoy standing over the stove
oh yeah.
for like hours at a time. Like when I make my ragu, it's like a 6 to 8 hour endeavor.
If it feels therapeutic, but it's painful at the same time
The
because it's
pain
like
makes it therapeutic. Like,
yeah.
when you're making like chicken stock or like lasagna, you've got so many steps. It's like they've got like you got to focus on certain parts. Other parts, all you need to do is just stir. It just gives you, I don't know. It's very therapeutic.
Try moussaka.
Oh yeah.
Moussakas are
Saga
fun.
is good.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Me, me and a couple of friends, we were trying to make a moussaka, and we did one for 12 people, and the cooking time was insane to the point we finished like at midnight, and
Wonderful.
we were like, what the fuck are we doing?
Please don't tell me you guys had like just one slice per person ready at that stage. I'd be
Oh, we were
mad, bro. I'd be seething.
No, I
sadly.
am a go on, DJ.
I was gonna say, sadly, we had one slice each that night.
I would hate you,
But
bro.
all right, anyway,
I
Professor, what
like
were you gonna say?
shakshuka.
Oh, dude, shakshuka's goated ass.
At
Uh,
this
Anyway,
at this rate, we should start a Twitch channel and just start cooking
dude, let's make a new podcast. Uh,
the the nerds
food
chat,
amalgamated.
the food food amalgamate. Oh, that'd be fun to make. Anyways, go on, Professor,
yes,
before we
anyway, we're
start.
not a cooking show, so we'd better move on with our next topic. DJ, what can you tell me about digital comics?
Okay, so less than 3 years ago, the lights on digital comics seemed to be getting dim. In November of 2023, Amazon announced the impending shutdown of Comixology app, the platform that had accounted for the large majority of digital comic sales for every major US publisher for the past 10 years. But a new digital landscape was quietly developing as both long-standing comic publishers and upstart digital retailers carved out new approaches to producing, selling, and reaching an audience for online comics. Could 2026 be the year of the comics industry fully coming into the digital era?
No,
No? What makes you say that?
because like people like paper comics.
hmm.
It's the same deal with ebooks. They haven't cancelled publishing paper ebooks. What the hell, brain? They
Paper.
haven't cancelled publishing paper books because of
Yeah.
ebooks.
yeah. Okay, but that said, though, okay, Amazon still dominates the digital comic sales, and and what's also interesting is the fact that instead of the standard covers, there are a couple of industry veterans are now favoring attention-grabbing pages and panels, like the type of content that goes viral as memes on TikTok or Reddit.
Hmm? I
But in
remember when
that,
I was still reading comics,
hmm,
like I would either have been forced to go to the local library or download it because like it's like $40 for a comic these days, bro. It's crazy.
oh,
And that was
what's
like maybe 15 years ago when I last like read comics. Probably much more expensive now.
Is that the so when you for is that $40 for the like the complete
Mm-mm,
edition, or is it just
mm-mm.
for
One
for
volume. What you talking about? Not
wow
even volume, like one chapter, dude.
shit, $40 for one chapter. That's nuts.
Yeah, you can go to like any bookstore and still get like your mangas and it'll be like pretty reasonable, 10 to $15.
Hmm.
But comics for some reason they just like look, it's like thick paper, high quality gloss, etc., etc. Like, I don't care, man. I just want to know what happens to the Green Lantern in this season.
Do you reckon publishers like Marvel and DC are getting on board with these new platforms, or is it just most likely indies and creator-owned stuff right now when it comes to digital comics?
Well, everybody's making digital comics, but the big guys are also still publishing paper comics.
Yeah.
Speaking of comics, what's your favorite comic, Professor?
Uh, that's a tricky question because I've
Okay,
never
you know what?
really
Let's
been
make it a
into
bit easier.
comics.
Give us your top five.
Okay, well, I've only ever read like 5.
I bet.
No, my favorite comics. I used to read the Firefly comics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't read them in a few years now, quite a few years, and I probably should get back into them. And I really like the Snowpiercer comics.
Bong Joon-ho movie?
Yeah, the ones that inspired the movie.
Right, I didn't know they were comic.
Yeah, so it's a French comic from the 80s,
Wow.
which, if I had $1 for every time a French author from the 80s came up with a story about trains on a frozen Earth, I'd have $2, which is really weird. Because there's also the Ice Company, which is a series of novels with a similar theme. But yeah, so there's a comic, then a follow-up to that comic that came out in the 80s. And then after the movie came out, they published a third part to wrap up the story.
Was the story at least better than the movie?
Yeah, there's a lot more story in the comics.
Oh yeah.
And the
The
TV series. And TV series.
Yeah, there's the TV series which borrows a lot more from the comics as well. But the movie is basically just the one battle scene all the way through.
Right.
I like the movie, but it's definitely not a strong point for story.
Mm.
And yeah, all 3 of the comics are in English now.
Oh yeah.
And then there's a prequel series that they were working on, but they only ever released 2 parts of that, and I've never heard of the third one. So I don't think it's ever coming out. And yeah, I've never been able to track down a copy of them, so I can't say one way or the other.
Okay.
And then I read the Firefly comics like 10 years ago when they were being published by Dark Horse, and I understand that they were picked up by a different publisher after that series finished, but I never got into that one. Beyond that, I don't think. Oh, yes, The Eternaut.
Oh, yeah, you were mentioning about that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Argentinian comic, which is about an alien invasion. And Netflix made a show about it, which I'm going to have to watch because the comic ends on a cliffhanger. And part 2 was never made into English.
Oof.
But the
What do you-
Netflix show apparently adapts part 2, so I'm going to have to check that out.
Interesting. The Eternal or the Eternals?
Eternaut, like a cross between
Etern-
Eternal and Astronaut.
Oh. Oh, it's from the 50s.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
I guess that's my top 3 comics, being the only 3 I can remember reading at the moment.
Well, I mean, you did recommend me one comic, Professor, about a zombie living in the zombie living a human life.
Oh
And
yeah, that was a webcomic though.
yeah,
That was Unlife,
yeah, that
which
was a
is
good.
yeah, basically a zombie who has kept his wits about him rather than
Yeah.
just going in for brains and dealing with the so in that society that's a fairly common thing. And dealing with basically the racism and discrimination that comes with that.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a good series. And then like this the and how the family comes to grips with the whole fact that they have a zombie, and yeah, that was the family drama that comes with it.
Yeah, speaking of which, I'm so gutted Santa Clarita Diet got cancelled.
Ah, was
It
it?
was a
Really? It
very
got
similar
canceled?
plot.
How many
Yeah.
seasons do they even have?
3 seasons,
Wow.
but it ends on a cliffhanger.
Damn.
So when I'm rewatching, I like to stop at about 2 minutes from the end because it's got this nice wrap-up scene, and then the cliffhanger happens, and it goes from nice wrap-up to
Maybe season 3? Maybe season 4?
Yeah.
And those were
Man.
the good old days, man. Like I remember that was what was it, like a 10-year period that everybody was obsessed with zombies. Walking Dead, World War Z.
There was also Warm Bodies as well.
that was so weird.
Isn't
What, the
that
wa-
that teenage dating show?
No, it's Romeo and Juliet, except Romeo is a zombie.
Was this Nicholas Holt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was actually Romeo and Juliet, but the guy with the zombie, but he's slowly regaining his humanity, which
Yeah,
was
it turns out that love is the cure for the zombie virus.
I'd buy that. I'd believe that so easily.
What was the cure for the zombie virus in World War Z? That was even weirder.
AIDS.
Yeah.
The idea being that if you
No.
had AIDS, then the zombies weren't interested in eating you. At least in the
What?
movie. I haven't read the book.
That's
No,
crazy.
what was even funnier was the fact that that around that time, Matthew Fox, he was a big name from the Lost series. He played a role in that movie, and spoiler alert, he dies off in like the first few seconds. Like he was the smartest man, and he dies in the dumbest way possible.
Hate it when movies do that. You just hired the actor for the poster.
Yeah, it
Did
was
that with Bryan Cranston in Godzilla,
uh-huh.
who died in like the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, the virus is created from a hybridized meningitis strain with components of smallpox and swine flu.
Lovely. So the best
Is that the
way
cure?
Yeah,
is that the cure or the virus?
that was the cure for the zombie virus in World War Z. It was a hybridized meningitis strain with with components of smallpox and swine flu, serving as stealth against the zombies.
Hell yeah.
Oh shit!
Yes. My favorite part of that movie was when they like Israel opened its borders for the Palestinians to come in, and the mere fact that they got together and they started celebrating pissed off the zombies so much they started climbing up walls.
Yeah, like that would ever happen.
Or the
Even
zombie apocalypse or like Israel Palestine.
what was weird or what was fascinating with that zombie was the fact that how zombies just ramped up easily and just climbed over each other to go over the wall. That was insane. Like
Yeah, well, that's something that I don't think any other zombie movie had done up until that point.
yeah, yeah.
And there was that World War Z game that came out a few years ago,
Oh,
which
Days Gone.
no, there was an actual World War Z game. It was
Oh,
basically Left 4 Dead, but with the theming being World War Z. And they put a lot of effort into getting the zombies to climb over each other so they could climb up walls, which then led into the Dawn of War game that came out. Not Dawn of War,
Days Gone.
Warhammer 40k.
Oh, okay.
Space Marine 2, that's it. The AI for the, what are they called?
Tyranids.
Tyranids, yeah. The AI for the Tyranid swarms is taken from the World War Z game.
Ah, okay, okay. But okay, okay. How about you, other guy? What's your so you've got your five, Professor, in terms of favorite comics.
Yep.
All right, other guy, what's yours?
I would go for it's funnily enough Green Lantern comic. It was surprisingly good. Like made no sense in the Marvel universe where you're just like, oh yeah, we're fighting on Earth, but we're just gonna do our own thing on the other side of the galaxy. Like it just
I
made
thought
no sense.
that was DC.
Yeah,
Oh right, my bad, my bad.
dude. Okay. I reckon the Green Lantern Corps is just the DC's version of the Nova Corps.
I don't know what the Nova Corps is.
Oh, it's Marvel Comics, so you, it's
The
like a
Green
space.
Lantern,
Mhm.
Spider-Man, love the Batman series. Think when I
Current,
was
current
Hmm?
or old?
Which one? Batman?
Yeah.
I just remembered enjoying like some of the iconic Batman series, like the Killing Joke, for example. That was goated.
Did you see the movie?
Oh, that was actually pretty good. It was Mark Hamill, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy. Although the funniest part was the bat sex, which made no sense.
Yeah, I don't get why you need a sex scene in a Batman comic, dude. The dude is clearly on a spectrum. Like, why? He makes no sense for this character.
Yeah, well, there's the Warner Brothers executive who said that Batman wouldn't perform oral sex on a woman.
What? How does that make sense? What? Why? Because
Apparently, he just wouldn't do that.
Batman just
And
won't go
I
down.
think it's been a few years, but I think it was supposed to be like not a. It was supposed to be like Batman wouldn't have a sex scene in his comics,
Oh
but the
yeah,
way
no
they
doubt.
worded it was hilariously bad and implied that
Do you
yeah.
guys do you remember, guys, the time when there was a Batman comic? It was in the I think it was DC Black or something like that, and there was a certain comic panel where it was Batman's junk was shown out, and and
Lovely.
when that panel came out, people lost their shit about it to the point it became like a hashtag. It became a hashtag at one point, like hashtag bat something, and then you're like, wow. And DC got wind of this and decided to sell future copies of that Batman issue without that panel.
A single panel. Wow.
Yeah, which I think is
Well, we've got the
interesting.
bat nipples. Why don't we have the
Yeah.
bat junk too?
Don't forget the bat credit card.
Oh no, the back credit card.
Never leave the bat cave without it.
Okay, it makes
Robin,
me
we're
want.
going to the drive-through. Get the bat credit card.
Where's my
Oh.
card? Where is it?
Oh, imagine being the drive-through and like, imagine being the drive-through like, how can I help you, sir?
I'd like a large burger.
Oh, it. Can you imagine if a comic panel that looks like a meme gets attention and the medium is and has the medium already lost, or is that what evolution looks like and people need to get over it? Imagine.
Well, why would a meme comic panel imply that the medium has failed? Because memes are made out of all sorts of visual media,
Yeah.
and they don't consider that a failure.
I mean, it has got to the point where comic books are becoming like TikTok culture, right? Like the infamous Captain America meme with the Hail Hydra. That was crazy.
I just like the no context comic groups where they just take random frames out of comics and post them without context. It's just like, what the hell's going on here?
Oh yeah, other guy, you forgot. So you before. Oh, sorry, interrupt you, Professor, about the no comics context one. You forgot. So you had Green Lantern, Batman. What were the other ones?
Spider-Man.
Yep.
Enjoyed the Justice League's comics a little bit.
Alright.
What else was good? I vaguely remember the Swamp Thing, but I don't really. I think there was a
People's.
Sandman comic that I was into. But I think,
Ah,
yeah, it's been a minute.
alright.
But like, yeah, I feel like I'll remember it like after the after the session. But yeah, I think those are my top 5.
Okay. Mine would be Spider-Man, Spawn, the Avatar Last Airbender comics. Though they get really wild. They've been going wild lately.
Oh, they're still going?
Yeah, they are still going
This
with
is
Ang.
after the war, right?
Yeah, after the war, they're still going. They had one arc with their with Zuko's mom
I
after
remember there
all.
was an Aang versus Zuko arc.
Yeah, that happened as well. What else is there? I need to look at my comic collection now. The ones that I've obtained. I've also got. Oh, actually, no. I've been also following a couple of indies as well. Like the Manticore, by Astral Ticket Comics, and also the XCT by Comics to Movies, which I still read to. And I'm gonna add and I'm gonna break the rule here with the sixth one, Terra Olympus, and they're that's also from Comics to Movies as well. But yeah, those are my 6 favorites. Even though I broke the, you can kill me later about this, but yeah, I think I think it's fascinating we're seeing the online comics coming up with instead of digital comics, it's paper comics. I mean. Will it? You reckon it will survive though in the long run, or you reckon it's a one-off fad?
I reckon the internet's the future.
Yeah, dude, it's all gonna be digital.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the days where we can pirate just full-on games.
Do you reckon? Do you reckon with AI and how that's like we've been talking about AI a lot lately? Do you reckon that's going to hinder online comics or enhance the rise of online comics?
Well, there's nothing stopping them from just scanning in a comic and using
Hmm.
it, which is what they're doing with books.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's really a hindrance to online comics.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Well, uh, we've had a very enlightening discussion that went way off the rails there. So let's move on to our shout-outs. On the 12th of August 1865, we saw the first antiseptic surgery performed by Joseph Lister. So Joseph Lister developed a technique of applying carbolic acid to the wound, and the difficulty was in creating a dressing that would not allow the ingress of airborne infection.
Airborne infection?
Yeah, apparently so they'd sterilize it with carbolic acid,
Mm-hmm.
and then they would get reinfected.
Right.
Alternatively, in Germany, they used creosote, which was an irritant, but it all ties back to the chemical phenol. And on the 15th of August 2026, we passed the 40th anniversary of The Fly, the Jeff Goldblum movie about the man who turns into a fly.
Oh yeah.
I saw that once. It's a good movie.
Good as in like you love the horror elements of it, or good as in the suspense was killing you?
No, it's genuinely really well made. And then there's a sequel which is apparently terrible, but I only got to see the first half of that.
Yeah. Sequels were bad back in the day.
Horror sequels have always been a weak point.
A good horse.
Pierce
I still
Brosnan was originally considered for the role of Seth Brundle,
Mhm.
as well as John Malkovich, John Lithgow, and Michael Keaton.
Batman is now the Fly.
I got bored of bats.
It took inspiration from Jeff Goldblum.
Although the problem with Michael Keaton, if he was to play the Fly, he would have to move with his shoulders with the Fly makeup.
Yeah, it's quite a gruesome movie as well.
Speaking of gruesome movies, have you guys watched the latest? I believe it's a Netflix production of
Good luck, have fun, don't die.
I haven't, but I want to.
Just go, don't read anything and go in blind. It is amazing.
Okay, I'll bring it up my list then.
Uh-huh.
And another 40th anniversary on the 15th of August, the video game Starflight, which can be seen as a very early predecessor to the Mass Effect series. And you can buy that on GOG as well. I picked it up a few years ago for the 35th anniversary, and I need to give it another try.
How much was it on GOG?
I don't remember, that was like 5 years ago.
Okay.
But it's also really impressive because for a 1986 game, it's incredibly open-ended, and you can explore. I think it's supposed to be an infinite universe. Yeah, there's 800 planets in the game, which makes it one of the earliest games to use procedurally generated content. And DJ, what is our messed up moment this week?
Okay. So, do you ever remember the movie Gone in 60 Seconds?
I'm aware of it.
So,
That's
are you
Nick
also...
Cage one about carjacking, isn't it?
Yes, but you know that one was a remake of a previous Gone in 60 Seconds movie.
I didn't.
Okay, so while while there isn't a sequel, a secret sequel to the Gone 60-second movie that you were just finding out about now, 15 years after the release of the 1974 original, director H.B. Hillicky was already for another lap envisioning. I'm getting sucky with that word. A sequel that would have been even better, bigger, and better than the first. Production got underway, but was derailed after the film's biggest stunt ended in tragedy. During the stunt, which called for a water tower to dramatically tumble to the ground, one of the tower's support cables snapped, causing a nearby telephone pole to collapse right on top of Helicki. The director was killed instantly and production was halted immediately. Though the film would never be finished, a short film comprised of most of the completed footage was released on DVD. Yeah,
Damn.
that must have been a painful moment.
Do you know how long it took for the tower to come down?
It didn't say really, but it was a 160-foot tall, 49-meter water tower, which was supposed to topple to the ground.
Wow, it's pretty impressive considering that it was on in 60 seconds.
Yep, that's bad.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
I
We're getting
know.
canceled tonight, boys.
The accident occurred in an area behind the former J.H. Williams tool factory at 400 Vulcan Street in Buffalo. If that helps anything, but yeah, that apparently the Gone in 60 Seconds movie was even worse in terms of a lot of cars were destroyed in that process, and they even filmed a live train derailment as well. Yeah, that yeah, that was like I said, that movie itself was a crazy movie. But yeah, that's the dangers of being a movie director.
Well, our wacky movie this week is the 12th of August 1988's Mac and Me, which you might recognize from the joke by Paul Rudd, who every time he appears on Conan to promote a movie shows a clip of Mac and Me. Mac and Me was a competitor to E.T., featuring an alien and a boy in a wheelchair.
Oh, is this one of those twin films?
Yeah, one of those times where two very similar movies come out at around the same time.
And even the alien that looks worse than the ET alien.
It's
This
also
is
got
what
a ton of product placement in it.
Uh-huh. I just realized when I look at the alien of Mac, who he reminds me of?
Who?
Dobby. It's Dobby from Harry Potter.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. McDonald's, who were part of the product placement, specified that they didn't want Ronald McDonald to appear in the film, but he does anyway,
Oof.
during an extended dance sequence.
So somehow this sci-fi movie turned into a Bollywood movie.
So, looking at this, it's not actually a twin movie with E.T., it's inspired by E.T.
Ah,
They specifically saw E.T. and decided the next generation also needed an E.T. style movie, even though this was 6 years after E.T. Bit eager there. And the Razzies awarded Ronald McDonald the prize of Worst New Star. He is still the only fictional character to win a Razzie.
lovely.
And Paul Rudd has even managed to get Conan with the clip during an audio-only podcast. There's a compilation on YouTube. Like, I've never watched Conan, but there's a compilation on YouTube of all of the times he's dropped that clip instead of the trailer.
I've typed it on Google, and it's this one compilation. It's like 25 minutes long.
It's like a
I'll
And-
put
real
it.
life shit poster.
Yeah. Steven Spielberg was once asked if he was tempted to take legal action, and he said he didn't want to get blamed for making anyone else watch it in order to make comparisons.
Imagine being the lawyer and you're forced to watch that movie.
Reminds me of the artist who funded a movie about watching paint dry,
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
so
I
that he could
remember
force
this.
the Bureau of Classification in the UK to watch like 9 hours of movie of watching paint dry.
How long was that movie?
I just said like 9 hours.
9 hours. Oh, oh man. I imagine being the judge of that movie. You're just like 9 hours of watching this.
Yep. Anyway, that's all we have for this week. Look after yourself, stay hydrated, and we'll see you next time.
Stay happy, stay nerdy. See you guys.
I.